Well, the idea of X-Men Origins Wolverine was in the works for quite some time. They wanted to have Wolverine have his solo movie, even though most of the X-Men films were about Wolverine. But but still, they wanted to do a solo movie. So we got a solo movie. We had the origins of Wolverine, and what what the hell is that? That's all I have to say. It's absolutely ridiculous. When you really think about it, the story of X-Men Origins Wolverine is just weird. Because at first he's got his adamantium claws about, would say, can't remember. Oh, definitely within 45 minutes of the film, which is fine. But after that, he doesn't lose his memory by that point. He loses his memory at the end of the movie, and then he does it in the most ridiculous fashion ever. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. But one of the positives about X-Men Origins Wolverine is the performance of Hugh Jackman and Liev Schreiber, who now has to take the role of a Sabretooth. This is the character I would like to have seen in the first one. I like the idea that Sabretooth, he's crazy, but he's crazy with a purpose. And they have that, the relationship between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And I like that they actually made that into a reality and made that a compelling story. And it was. And it was a good performance between Hugh Jackman and Liev Schreiber. The rest of the cast is okay, but really, it just feels like they just threw in all these different characters. And the problem with X-Men is that there's a lot of characters to the story of X-Men. There's a lot of characters who have their own fan base. And it's fun to see them in the movies, but you feel like they're not even trying hard enough to build these characters up. And it's rather annoying. Take Gambit, for example. Gambit is in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but he's only in there for like 15 minutes. And for most people, this didn't do him justice, because he's like, I'm Gambit, and yeah, I'm doing my kind of thing, and I'm a thief and whatnot. I'm jumping around, and I'm only here for one moment, and then I'm here for the next moment. Yay! Another character with this issue is Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds. I have to say, I liked Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I liked the scenes with him. I thought they were hilarious, and that's what I expect Deadpool to be. But once again, he's only in the beginning, and then we get Barakapool. What is Barakapool, might you ask? Well, apparently, the filmmakers came up with the idea of having Deadpool, and they gave him blades in his arms, and giving him different powers. Besides having a healing factor, which he does have, and he gets the ability to teleport, which in a weird way is true. It's not done in the appropriate way than it is in from the comics. But then he gets Optic Blast. Yeah, he gets Optic Blast. That's when you go, huh? Here's how I see it, and this probably would have been the best decision. Of course, I could be just crazy, but if the character was just known as Weapon 11, nothing more, then that would have been fine for me. I would have been able to tolerate the blades in his hands, the teleporting, and the Optic Blast, and all the other powers I wanted to throw in there. I could deal with that if it just wasn't Deadpool. Because doing that, what they did is just absolutely ridiculous. Because, I know why they did it. Because, they just wanted another character to throw in here. They wanted to get all the, fans to see these characters. The characters that they like are in this movie. But then you see that, and they're just going to insult the fans' intelligence because they're seeing Deadpool, who is supposed to be the merc with the mouth, apparently the merc with no mouth, blades in his hands, teleporting, and shooting optic blasts. I think I've talked enough about Barakapool. Okay. Now the thing I've thought about it, and it's really, really ridiculous, is the end of the movie, is the idea of how they had to erase Wolverine's memories. Apparently, Stryker creates adamantium bullets. Now, I think it's not something that's unusual, but the idea behind it was if he shoots Wolverine in the head, then he's going to lose his memories. Once, his brain will heal, but he's still going to lose the memories. All his memories. My question is, how? How do you know he's going to lose all of his memories? Where are the chances of that happening? Maybe he would lose, I don't know, a little bit. Or something else entirely could have happened, or nothing would have worked. Maybe he just shoot him in the head, and maybe he's out for a little bit longer. Maybe he's in a coma or something, but he'd still be getting up afterwards. Having it, the odds of shooting him and somehow Wolverine losing all of his memories is a slim chance to none. What they should have done is have, after the big battle between Weapon 11, and what they should have done is have Wolverine knocked out. They take him into a facility. They erase his memories, and he then basically runs out and becomes Logan. But the idea behind shooting him in the head with adamantium bullets was the idea of somehow losing all of his memories. It's just ridiculous, as I have said. And that is probably the biggest issue with X-Men Origins Wolverine. Is just ridiculous. Everything about it. And the problem is, the story's ridiculous. They throw in way too many characters. They think that by establishing these ideas it works, and it doesn't. And the ending result is just weird. Just strange in so many ways. Oh, and let's not forget the cameo of the movie, which is Xavier. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's Patrick Stewart. Yay! It's Patrick Stewart's head photoshopped on somebody's body. You couldn't get Patrick Stewart? Oh, okay. Yay! I don't know. I will say this. I don't hate X-Men Origins Wolverine. I do find it can be entertaining at times. I like the action behind the movie, but there's a lot of issues behind it. And it did not help the franchise, especially coming off of X-Men The Last Stand. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope. And that glimmer of hope is X-Men First Class.